It's a matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
We go! 50, plant! 54!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down in inches. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go! 30 base. General West. Watch twist.
On second down now, it's Hunt. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, echo.
They'll set up a throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hey, Sam off.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Ready? 18, Single, slot.
2nd and 5. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Bell. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, it's Bell, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Darnold on first down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a... Yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Bravo.
2nd and 9 now. And he completes it to Hunt. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Browns.
Look at me. Go. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
46-yard line.
Let's go now. 8, read. X3. 218, chopper. Rush in. Look, squeeze. Check 1, 3.
And again this time to the tailback. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold down to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Holloway. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
On 1st down, Hunt. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the fourth.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Shift. Young lady.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Sheldon Richardson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here we go. Check out.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
6-6, pull it high. Slam, bam. Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
15,
Now Hunt. Room here to run. 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and 4. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Kill. 2-jet bombers. 2-jet bombers. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 37. Check 37. He's checking. You're out. Crash.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To try again after the sack. Darnold, and that's complete to Adams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Watch out.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now back to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Landry now on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm here all day. Check. Crunch. 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 Check safety. Check safety.
A 1st down throw. Darnold. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A very solid gain of 27. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Let's get it. The Mike. 53. Check. 80. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 53's the Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go.
Man, 80.
Tighten up. Let's go, let's go.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Holloway. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Check 31, check 31.
To the air again, Darnold. It's caught here by Adams. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, Charlie!
In your face. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike 53, Mike 53.
Darnold to throw again. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Ready, break.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Ready. 18 Gator. 3, 2, 5.
Back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
57, Mike 57.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught by OBJ. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because
it's caught inside the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 60 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They give it off here to the tight end. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, Steve 6, 2.
They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Now the Browns offense will stay on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Hunt going to run for it. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the 50, it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, Darnold gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold looking for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Jets will extend their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They're going to look to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 88 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 40.
53 to Mike, 53.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 7-yard line. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 7-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
53 to Mike, 53, check 53.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
53 to Mike.
Hey, high 7.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Throwing again is Darwin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He was looking for Landry that time. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They run again with Hunt. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfect.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll set up a throw.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line has had.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Extra point attempt to follow here. Can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, foxtrot.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he completes it to Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Down. 8, read.
54. Drop deep.
Hey, lock it.
15. Check 15.
Hey, wahoo. Down.
2nd and 14. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And Darnold wants to throw the football. Herndon's got it complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. Darnold now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Holloway. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Greystone travel.
You know, young lady.
Go.
53 at the mic.
To the air again, Darnold. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Greedy Williams picks it off. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Sam up.
They'll set up to throw. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Look at me. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jets,
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.